We have Chris Singer online, I believe is all right.
No, actually, the, when the
She,
town supervisors change, the Zoom meetings have to have a tagged applicant as a user, so
I see. That is just us.
yes, it's just us.
All right. Um, Mr. Chandler, Mr. Robinson, one of you want to come forward? Both of you, one of you, whatever you like.
Good evening again. Good to see everyone.
So motion to start the meeting,
I so move.
I'll second.
all in
Third.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. So I was absent last month, but my understanding is that there were a couple changes to the application that we asked you to pursue and county approval. And it
Yes.
would appear that those have happened, so we're gonna need to go over what those were and if they happened to then decide if we're going to accept the application.
Yep, I'd be happy to go back through that. So as you recall, the original fence location was that's where it is now. We brought in a revision last month to move the fence an additional 4 feet past what the county was recommending after the initial hearing in May. So the county proposal was, and you should have that with the original application, move it 6 feet in.
Yep.
And then last month in December, we proposed moving an additional 4 feet in. We had some discussion about that. And it seemed as if the location of the western face of the fence was okay, but there was some discussion about cutting the corner on a diagonal. And so with the code enforcement office, after that hearing, I submitted a question just to clarify where we wanted to make that angled cut. We got that clarified with the help of the chairman. We submitted it to review to the contractor, which is the vinyl outlet, and you have
Yep.
sort of their mock-up there.
Yeah, their sketch.
Yeah, so basically it's gonna come flush with that northern corner of the house and then cut over roughly at a 45-degree angle. There's an existing post, you'll see that he's marked up there just off the post where the fence hinges, or excuse me, the gate hinges. So we'll hit to that post, and then from there it will be the existing fence.
Okay, so across the driveway is more or less the existing fence.
It's exactly the
Here over,
existing fence,
exactly
yes.
the existing
Yeah.
fence, okay. And there are no height change provisions in this, correct?
No, we're still requesting
8
the
foot.
8 foot, so it's a two-part variance. It's still within, you know, that 125 feet when you cut the angle across from any corner. The whole house is within that area essentially. So it's a location and height variance.
Yep, it's 2 parts.
And we did make one adjustment, which is there on the contractor's drawing. We had been discussing last month about having it be 6 inches off of the edge of the sidewalk. But when they went out there, given the dimensions of the post, it needs to be 8 inches. So it's just a small adjustment to accommodate the posts on that western face of the fence. That's essentially where, and yes, we did submit it to county. They gave back their letter today, essentially saying that if this board goes forward with the variance, they will then approve the highway permit application. They're okay with replacement of the fence, but the actual permit application wouldn't be, which has been submitted, it wouldn't be approved until the variance is granted.
Right, that's the encroachment agreement.
Yes.
Anyone on the board have questions about the application as it stands?
I have a question about the fence and the property line,
Yes.
and it looks like, at least according to this, it looks like fence is beyond the property line. If this,
It is, hence the encroachment agreement.
Mhm.
It is off the property
And
line.
that's the part that the county is gonna be looking at.
that's, right, I just wanted to make sure that, I'm looking at,
Yeah.
did you just
Poke myself.
poke yourself?
Okay,
Sorry.
Move it further.
yeah,
away,
take that out
fine.
in front of you. Anyone in the audience have questions, comments, concerns?
Yes.
My name's Tim Carr. I own, myself and my kids own a cottage at 6067 Venus Point. My parents own a cottage at 6053 Bartholomew. So, and we've been there, my parents' cottage for 30 plus years. We purchased the other cottage this summer. And, ever since this went in, we've had just a lot of concerns and a lot of issues with the visibility, and I see that it's been adjusted, but this new map has there's no measurements, there's no, I mean, how do you guys approve something like this when there's actually no measurements listed on here? So how far is it off, the gate, how far, is it reaching the line of sight code in the new area? Is that red line now in meeting with code for a line of sight or the
Well, I can answer that question, that it doesn't meet code, that's why they're asking for the variance.
Good.
And that is town code and county code, so the town code has a triangle essentially. And the gray area about the triangle is where we measure from. So they're asking for the variance for the height in that triangle because anything in that triangle has to be 3 foot or lower. And there can't be anything impeding vision in that, so that's one of the variances they're asking for. The other one is the encroachment on the county line, which is at the south end.
So also, another comment one, it's just that, we reside up in Rochester, and like a lot of people down there, my neighbor on one side is in Pennsylvania, so he probably didn't hear about the meeting or doesn't get notification. Because he just get the paper, local paper, but no one decides, but I know my neighbor on the south side would have been here. I know my neighbor on the north side would have been here from East Buffalo. So I didn't hear about it until my sister called, say what's going on with this, and so that's why I'm here. But my parents would have been here, but they're 89 and 85, so they couldn't be here. So I think there would have been a lot more opposition other than myself to it. But we've been living with this very dangerous situation for I don't know how long it's been now, but it's been a long time. And the other day I came out with my truck to exit the road, and I have a plow in my truck, and I couldn't get any sight of vehicles before my plow got onto the road. I mean, it's that dangerous. A lot of people pull boats, trailers out of there, pull trailers out of there. It's just a really, really, really unsafe way it is now. And I'm not sure, because there's no measurements, I'm not sure how much this is gonna change that site. I'm sure it's gonna change somewhat, but I'm not sure it's gonna be, per code, or I'm not sure it's gonna be safe for all the people that live out there or visitors that come down there. My understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a variance is issued when there's a hardship that's been caused to the homeowner. And I've had to get variances before and you got to show a hardship. So I'm not sure if previously there's been a hardship that's been shown to you guys to say, hey, I have to have this tall of a fence and I have to have it this far out because this is what happened since I purchased the property. So if you purchase it and something happens afterwards, then obviously a variance is, issued because of those reasons. But if nothing's changed in that property, why are we considering issuing a variance if nothing's changed? And every person down on Bartholomew, and I'm not sure how many people on Venus, but there's one couple of us, but have expressed their concerns about it, and probably just didn't know about the meeting, but I didn't previously, and I've been wondering about what's going on every time I drive in there and drive out of there. I understand, and I'm not trying to be cold to the owner. I mean, I'm not sure why he needs it or wants it, but I'm a firm believer in, being an American, you should be able to do what you need to do, but I don't want to cause other people an unsafe, exit for all those people down there. And, so there's got to be a really good reason why we're asking for a variance to go there. And it seems to me that professional at, but it seems to me that there's got to be a very good reason why there is this issue by the costs that's happened since the properties were purchased, but.
So I'm just gonna put a
Yep.
blanket comment out
Okay.
there that all your concerns have been addressed. I would really encourage you to go back and look at the minutes and watch the zoning board meetings previous to this one. But most of what you had said has been addressed as far as what the board hears. And nobody at this point is considering voting yes on this. We're actually just looking at the application at this point.
Right.
Just for a
So-
correction, just so you understand the process.
You guys understand the process by now, just make sure everyone in the room does.
Yeah.
There's two parts to this. So right now, we're reviewing the application. We will then vote to deny or accept the application, which doesn't mean we denied or approved the variance. And then after that, we will deny or approve the variance. This is just to accept if the
Yeah.
application is correct
Yeah,
and.
it's
if
basically
to change
stating,
it.
yeah, basically stating that he's bringing everything to us that was requested before
Yes,
for the application purpose, but it doesn't mean anything else other than that.
Oh, okay, so there'll be.
Just for this part of it.
no, that'll be
Maybe.
right after this. Well, if we accept the application, we will then vote on it. If we deny it, it's done.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
As to your concern with neighbors, we have gotten a slew of neighborhood input, I think north of a dozen. Comment
Yeah,
on letters of
We had
various
we had
types.
first variance, because this is the second, another clarification. The first variance, we had 19 residents with letters. And this one we've had 4 with this variance, and 5 including yours.
And we have,
You did set it down.
Yep.
we
We
have gotten
appreciate your input.
neighborhood input. And I do have a question. You're talking about the plow and the truck. When you come out of Bartholomew and look left on 36, which side of the big tree do you look on? Before you can see enough road to safely merge.
I couldn't, just not grasping. Next time I'll, when I come out, I'll tell you, but I can't tell you right now which side of the three I look.
That's fine.
Mr. Hal, could I just address some of the comments that have been made?
Certain.
I think it might be helpful, Dr. Chandler wants to be good with his neighbors, just to understand a little bit of the context here from our prior applications. Before Dr. Chandler purchased the property, he had a discussion with the town about could he put a fence up because he has dogs and he needed to have a way for them to be able to exit the house without getting into the road. And so there was a discussion, and Dr. Chandler didn't own the property at this point. He wasn't going to buy it unless he felt that he could safely install a fence there. There was a miscommunication between Dr. Chandler and the town. He felt that he had an understanding about where the fence could be, went and bought the property, had the fence installed, and then was notified that actually wasn't code compliant. So what the code enforcement officer was talking about, this triangle that's made on any corner lot, the house actually sits in that location that would not be allowed to have anything over 3 feet. And so what we've done is we are proposing to pull the fence back 10 feet from its current location. So when you drive up there, what Mr. Hal was referring to is there's a large tree as you're approaching County Road 36 on the left. The fence is currently on the outside of that tree. It's going to be on the inside now. It's going to pull back 10 feet to essentially run almost in line with the sidewalk. When you step out Dr. Chandler's front door, there is a sidewalk that's about 4 feet wide. The fence is going to be 8 inches off of that. So it'll be 4 feet off of the house, 10 feet in from where it's at. And then it's going to cut a kitty corner. So it's been reviewed by the Ontario County Department of Public Works for road safety. They've approved even the initial revised location. They've also approved this second location. So we're fairly confident that it eliminates any risk to motorists, especially since we'll
Excuse me,
be.
can I interrupt?
I didn't interrupt you. I
Okay.
just finished.
All right.
And so we're fairly confident that it will be safe as it's been reviewed by the county. It will be inside that large tree. And we're cutting that corner at a significant angle to be able to improve that even more. Since that part will now be going down the hill. And I'm finished, go ahead.
You just mentioned that you said the county approved the safety of the fence.
Yes,
They have.
So the line of sight code, they approved the line of sight code of the original fence?
Yes,
They did.
Yeah.
How is that, how do they approve that when it's not the code?
not the original.
yeah.
You said the original fence.
Well,
I think they're all
Just
mis-
mentioned the original.
so
No.
this,
What's in red on here, the county has said that if we granted the variance, they would then approve what is in red on
What is it?
tonight's application.
correct. And just also to clarify, the Ontario County Public Works runs off of highway law. And our town law supersedes the highway law because we're more stringent than the county and the state when it comes to corner lots. So there's two factors here. There's the county factor and then the town factor.
Their law is a little more lenient,
But yeah,
if you
less-
will,
less than-
so it meets
I'm
their
sorry, I
requirement.
misunderstood because I thought he said that the county approved the first one.
No, I
No,
don't.
no, there was a,
Okay, so the county approved the red.
So there's really,
in this application, in the first variance, they approved what their minimum requirement would be in order
Yeah, so
to keep the fence there, and they had it moved back, but not this far back.
County wanted it moved back
6 feet.
4 feet less than this tonight's revision. It's moving per tonight's revision, if it were to happen, 10 foot back. The county said it would be okay at 6 foot back.
And is the additional 4 feet because of
It's because we.
Because of the town law.
town law? Okay, right,
Yes.
okay, right, so
Because
county
of
law
Canadice.
says 6, because you guys say 10, that's why I spoke back 10.
Right.
Okay, move that.
Yes.
Any other questions or clarifications on this application? Does anyone feel there's anything that we've missed?
And looking at some of the comments, and there is a concern on the timing of this application. To your point, there's a lot of people that may want to additionally express concerns or support for their seasonal,
Mention what she's speaking.
and whether or not we should allow additional people that might want to, but are not able to, either they didn't know about it or they're just seasonal, even in the year. So that would be just a question I would pose as we're considering.
Well, we have met the requirement for notification of public hearing.
Right.
It was posted in two
Oh, I-
places. and there's the
I
same.
do, yeah.
We've done what we can with that.
Yeah.
I think. At the very least, we've met that requirement.
We've met the requirement.
Yes, and including the, which we went above and beyond with the sign, because the sign's technically only required for,
That's our thing. It's not state required.
right. Right, and it's been there since the first variant.
The fence has been there for 8 months now, roughly,
Right.
a while. More than seasonal.
April?
I'm sorry, the
When did
original?
fence go in?
Oh, the fence went in, I
Oh, you
bought the
bought
house
it in
April
April.
4th.
Anyone that spends only the summers there is.
Have had sufficient time to.
You're on. Exact dates.
It's late Friday.
Yeah, not the big.
Been up over a year.
But it's not usually my job. What is the wording of the question? Do we have a motion to approve or deny the application?
Yeah, somebody's got to make a motion.
Can that be me?
Yeah, it can be you because you're technically not a
I,
chair.
I motion, or I motion to vote on the acceptance of the application.
I will second the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, is that a vote to accept the application?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So now you're gonna vote on the variance?
Just to be clear, that's what we were all
Yes.
under the understanding of. That was a vote to accept
I-
the
The
application.
application is accepted. It met the requirements that we
That's what I thought.
established for returning
Mhm.
and resuming the,
Okay, now you want to vote on the variance?
So now the next
Well-
part,
there's two variances.
Yeah, that's right.
so I believe we can vote to accept both variances, and I want to label those. The first one is the property encroachment onto the county right of way on 36. So can we call that number one? And number two is the height of the fence at 8 foot, where it's in a zone where it's only supposed to be 3 foot. Can we call that number two?
Mr. Howell,
Yes.
just a point of clarification, I'm not trying to get away, but I think that first one is the placement of the fence within your triangle. That's the town code piece. Am I right on that, Ms. Mueller? The county will do their encroachment piece. You guys are approving, can the fence be located?
We
In the
have to,
triangle, there are two variances.
we have to approve to let it come off of his property. Don't we?
We do.
Because it's no different, the county is no different than another
Than the
neighborhood
town right
property
away,
within
yeah.
our town.
Yeah, so that's why the county's waiting on us
Right.
to vote for it.
Okay, go ahead.
But the other part of it is you have to add, with that number two, is you have to add the height in there too.
Right.
Because the height is a separate factor in the code.
So this is a clarification on procedure. We can vote to accept both, neither, or either, correct?
Yes, because you can't have
But-
one without the other. You can't
It's either
approve,
all or nothing.
right, you
Yes.
can't approve the height and then not
Because they
approve the
can't
fence being
exist,
there.
right?
Correct.
So it is, as you said,
So,
all or nothing as the application.
so we're looking at the property encroaching or the fence encroaching and the height
And the placement,
and the placement.
yes. And that'll be in the details, for the acceptance letter. Or denial letter, whatever the outcome is.
Are we set?
Yes,
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, you want to start?
sure. So whether the benefit can be achieved by other means feasible to the applicant. So the benefit has been described to me as a place to let the dogs out and privacy. For letting the dogs out, there is, I know it's a hillside, but oh, I can't, this is a hillside, especially near the lake. There's acreage behind the house. So it could be achieved there. Privacy. Nobody gets privacy that way. Undesirable change to the neighborhood character or to nearby properties. Well, undesirable is opinion. And it would appear that the opinion of the neighborhood, by a vast majority, is that it is undesirable. Whether the request is substantial. So 8 foot on a 3 foot area is quite substantial. So I would say that yes, the request is substantial. Whether the request will have adverse physical or environmental effects. No, I don't believe it will. Whether the alleged difficulty is self-created, it is definitely a self-created difficulty, and I vote to deny the variance.
Carol,
Yeah, whether benefit can be achieved by other means feasible to the applicants, I do believe it can be. Undesirable changes to the neighborhood character of nearby properties, I do believe that it does change a lot of character in neighborhood safety issues. Whether the request is substantial, I agree it is substantial. There's a lot of variances. It's still going into the county right away. Whether requests will have adverse physical or environmental effects, I believe it does have physical effects because you can't see around it for safety reasons. Whether the alleged difficulty is self-created, I believe it is, and I would vote no. I would deny the variance.
Carol,
whether benefit can be achieved by other means feasible to applicant, yes, it could be undesirable change in neighborhood character or to nearby properties, yes, it has. Whether request is substantial, it is substantial. Whether request will have adverse physical or environmental effects, I agree that there is adverse physical effects. And whether alleged difficulty is self-created, it is, and I decline the request.
Lori,
Whether the benefits can be achieved by other means feasible to the applicant, I do believe it can be. Undesirable change in the neighborhood character or to nearby properties, I do believe that. Whether request is substantial, yes. Whether request will have adverse physical or environmental impacts, yes, it's hard to see. Whether alleged difficulty is self-created, yes, definitely self-created. I vote no.
Follow-up letter.
Yeah,
Right. Well,
the town will issue a follow-up letter of tonight's proceedings in the
Didn't
decision.
get an opportunity to say something. We're not.
No, we're all done.
You certainly could if you'd like to talk.
No,
no.
we're all done. We appreciate
10
the
feet
board's
from the
time.
10 feet from the
Wayne,
road.
It's,
You know, this is a travesty.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Drive safe, watch for the snow.
Thank you. Yeah.
Think it's your extra fingers.
Yeah. So. Board members came in.
Now we gotta do last week's meeting. Last month's meeting.
We gotta go over last,
Over the minutes.
last month's notes, yeah.
We have to open it.
No, we're still, the public meeting's still open.
Yeah, public, you have to.
What do we do with this?
we need to close.
How do you
the
start
public
that?
hearing.
Yeah, we have to close the meeting
public hearing,
first.
And then you can approve the minutes.
And then we.
Then you do the
Motion to close the public hearing.
I will second that one.
All in favor?
Yes,
Aye. Public hearing is closed.
moving on to the minutes of the last meeting.
You can hear about it.
Thank you.
Just maybe someone remembers here real quick, if did Sheila write the final letter for the first one? Or was that for a different,
She wrote that.
the final?
Yes,
Okay.
Sheila wrote that.
Alright,
And she should probably write this one.
she's going to, I want it to be,
Consistent.
yeah, and on a timely manner, because an Article 78. They had 30 days from the date of the decision, technically today's the decision.
Mm-hmm.
That letter should probably be mailed this week.
Right, so that I'm gonna.
We'll go over the letter tomorrow and I'll get it out the mail
On their
tomorrow,
behalf.
but I'll send it certified.
Well. The decision that
Yes.
we're talking about comes from Sheila. So you can send that one out indefinitely, but we also want one from Sheila,
Okay, gotcha.
because it's gonna be more of an official matter, I guess. She had requested and told the town supervisor that in matters where there's a potential for a 78, that the final decision letter go through her.
Oh, okay.
Her eyes on it, couldn't hurt.
And they did come back with what had been asked.
They did, which is why we accepted the application,
Postponement, not
which is
to a decision.
why we accepted the application.
Right, and I mean, they hit a couple of the concerns, but they didn't hit all. With the variance application, this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's still in the right of way. I don't.
The other,
It's not even
Can't
on the
build a
right
fence on
property. I
neighbor's
don't
property.
understand. I mean, you couldn't build a property, I couldn't build a fence on your property if I was your neighbor.
right,
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a county or state property, or whatever it is. I mean, it doesn't, it's still a property line that we still have to follow.
A house is not well situated.
It's
to
not,
begin with, correct?
Right, it's right.
I don't know if anyone has done it, but I have, at one point I drove all the way down 36 looking for any other houses that sit that close to the road, and I don't think there are any.
there's not.
So it's not like this, it's not a common situation.
Mhm.
It doesn't need to be 8 foot tall and keeps talking about his dogs, 90% of the things that pay,
Well, so
he's got a backyard.
just some clarification to the original. Reasoning behind the first variance was not, dogs were never mentioned.
It was privacy.
It was privacy,
Yeah, I know, but-
and the dogs came into play.
As
And
means to an end.
right, because our town code does say that variances can be issued for. Extreme circumstances, and it actually issues pets as an extreme.
His attorney read our book.
Yes,
He did his job.
yes, very well versed attorney.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright, so we got
Right.
the minutes.
I was absent, so I don't have comment. on this.
I don't, nothing jumps out at me as being incorrect.
Yeah, it looks all good to me.
Motion to
With the-
approve last month's meeting minutes from December 10th.
I second.
Yeah, I think that's-
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi,
Aye.
and then
All right, hang on. Carol handed
I was
me,
gonna say, I do have one other,
go ahead, say it.
do you want me? I'm
Yes.
resigning effective the next meeting. Cause I'm
Okay.
moving out of Canada. Where you
Oh, you are?
I'm going to Richmond.
Oh.
Congratulations.
I almost said it when you walked in, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe she doesn't want to.
No, Rich and I are, I'm using the phrase deaccumulating.
Everyone in Canada is probably benefit from that. You drive through our town, myself included.
So, yeah. So we theoretically are moving
Sounds
it,
good at accumulating.
so.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I guess.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for all the learning I've done.
Yeah.
Take it over there and,
Will Rich still, he won't be
Yeah.
able to be assistant, will
Mhm.
he? Okay, you don't have to live in town for that.
Nope.
Okay, I know.
so I can't stay on this and I can't do Board of Assessment either. So,
I thought CEO had to live in town. I didn't know that.
So you're gonna be,
It's mostly elected officials, but our town
you
code,
are.
the town codes are different with
So
every.
you're gonna be,
yeah,
so
So next meeting, we have to swear her in as a full-fledged member?
she'll just,
That- it
because
has-
she's the alternate, I think she just automatically.
She
I think
automatically
so.
takes it, but
Yeah,
that will,
the next
next
one up.
year,
So
Next.
we're in need of an alternate.
yes.
Yes.
so now you need another.
I'm glad.
alternate.
Cause Eileen said something to me today about taking that off, and I said, no, I don't think you better, off the website, and I said,
Yep.
maybe you better not.
Yep.
is Linda staying or we don't know?
She just said she wanted to, I think.
Yeah,
She's thought
Yeah.
about not,
I
retiring,
anticipate
but-
decreasingly on
yeah.
her
Yeah.
attendance.
Yeah,
Yeah, but have you approached,
I haven't talked to Ryan lately. I could talk to him again.
and maybe,
See if he's
maybe
still
you should,
interested.
just because in case Linda decides to
mhm,
be done too, then we'll be down one member and an alternate, so.
yep,
Maybe we can preemptively,
Yeah,
start asking around.
yeah, I'll call him and see if he's still interested in doing it.
Who's that?
He lives
Up on Ross Road.
right next to,
Hoodlums?
nah,
No.
he lives right on K-9 Hill Road. He lives right next to Mike Shumway.
Okay.
Well, it sits way back in there.
No, north or south of Shumway, same side?
Same side. His property touches other, he's got like the big red barn way out in the back there, the white Rays Ranch.
Yep.
That sold not too long ago.
You just did all the clearing with the skid steer, the brush,
Yes.
and all those trees and
So,
stuff, yeah.
I've done a bunch of
You
it.
can actually see the house. now.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of it.
I don't know him, I know.
And then I mow for him too.
Okay.
He has his own mower, but he doesn't like the way that he mows it, so he hired me. That's literally what he told me.
What you guys say?
Yeah, so whatever, but yeah, he's a good kid.
We
Smart.
need to
He's an accountant.
Close the meeting.
close the meeting, correct?
As long as you're all set.
Yeah.
I did send or email Ed a letter and I gave Stephanie a copy of it, so.
Sorry to see.
I didn't want to take it.
Yeah,
You kind of have to.
Yeah.
I know.
where are you
Yeah.
moving to?
You know where Top Shelf Pizza is? Right across the street,
Okay.
Okay.
which is extremely excited, as I'm sure you, yeah.
Rich, he kept calling.
I'd be 500 pounds if I
Dark
lived
side.
across from
Yeah.
Top Shelf.
So,
I love that place. You know they deliver to me on Lookout Mountain?
well, we figured that they'll deliver.
I give them a $20 tip every time they come up here because it's so far. They're like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Listen, you just drove like 10 miles to get up here. I
Yeah.
need it's $20."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have to go anywhere.
We do the same thing. It's probably why we get our pizza faster than people in.
Just give them the $10 one. If they come down my driveway, it's worth $10.
Yeah,
Motion to close the public meeting,
I make the motion to close.
I will second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.